Hey guys, welcome back to the Playpen. Today's video is going to be something a little different. With the upcoming release of Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales, I thought it'd be a good time to take a look back at one of my favorite movies, Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl, but more specifically, Captain Jack Sparrow himself. Curse of the Black Pearl was released all the way back in 2003. The film was a massive success and would ultimately end up spawning a juggernaut franchise. The movie was well written, well acted, properly paced, and was overall of high quality. It threw out traditional pirate tropes and cliches like peg legs and the overuse of everyone saying "arr." It was a refreshing take on the pirate genre, and it left its mark on the industry. One such mark was its main character, Captain Jack Sparrow. Jack was a great character, an anti-hero of sorts, but someone you could always get behind. He had his moments of silliness, but he was never made out to be a fool. He was intelligent, cunning, capable, and competent. He always had a clever and usually witty response and could hold his own in just about any situation. The sword fighting scene between him and Will Turner in Curse of the Black Pearl is a great example. In that scene, Jack is shown to have a strong understanding about the importance of proper form and balance when it comes to sword dueling, concepts that only extremely skilled and knowledgeable people would hope to understand. Even Will, a fit, smart, and young, eager man, admitted to having to practice for hours each day. Jack always knew what he wanted, and he would use all the tools at his disposal to get it. He spoke with an eloquent vernacular and a sophisticated vocabulary, another refreshing anti-pirate cliche. He could manipulate his way around situations and use negative circumstances to his advantage. At the same time, he never latched onto anyone or anything. He was a free spirit that would allow him to move freely without the worry of losing anyone. He was truly a lone wolf. All these traits would add up to a character that was destined to become iconic. Almost 15 years later, Jack Sparrow is still a beloved character and one of the most popular pirate interpretations around. This was certainly the case for myself. Jack has always been one of my favorite fictional characters, and I would religiously watch every new Pirates of the Caribbean movie upon release. 2006 saw the first sequel to the franchise, Dead Man's Chest. The movie followed after Curse of the Black Pearl and featured new characters, locations, and plots. Above all these new additions, however, something immediately stood out to me. Captain Jack Sparrow had changed. Gone was the smooth-talking, cunning, and capable anti-hero of the first film. In its place was a bumbling buffoon, someone who had no idea what he was doing and would somehow miraculously survive multiple moronic situations. The character had lost almost all of what had made him great in the first film. I remember being confused. I thought to myself, this can't be Jack. This is probably an imposter, and we'll find the real Jack later. But no, this would not come to pass. It seemed as if Jack's character had been entirely rewritten for the sequel. I had hoped this would be an isolated incident and that we would see the return of classic Jack in the next film. Unfortunately, things would only get worse. Jack's character would consistently get dumber and dumber in the preceding sequels, going from suave, smooth-talking manipulator to rock-licking moron. For years, I never knew what had happened to Jack Sparrow. I attributed it to bad writing or just changing demographics. I grew tired of this new Jack and began to lament seeing him anywhere, as it simply reminded me of the once badass character that graced our screens in 2003. I recently came across an internet term that I think perfectly explains what happened to Captain Jack Sparrow. It's called Flanderization, the act of taking a single, often minor action or trait of a character within a work and exaggerating it more and more over time until it completely consumes the character. Most always, the trait or action becomes completely outlandish and it becomes their defining characteristic. This perfectly sums up what happened to Jack. Jack always had a slightly goofy nature and would spout a joke or two. However, it was always in balance with his other features. One never dominated the other. It's clear now that his humorous and goofy side became the center point for his character in the later films. With a new Pirates of the Caribbean on the horizon, I can't help but get excited. I'm cautiously awaiting the return of Captain Jack Sparrow, and I'm hoping for the best. The team behind Dead Men Tell No Tales have openly stated that they've wanted to get back to what made Curse of the Black Pearl such a hit, and that they'd be using it as reference for the upcoming sequel. This gives me hope, and from what I've seen from the trailers, I'm pretty excited. So, what do you think? Do you think Jack changed all over the years? If you do you prefer his newer or older interpretations? Are you excited for Dead Men Tell No Tales? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining us here today. Catch you on the next one.